no. But if there's consent and she's willing and that's what she wants to do, what can you do?
They making it seem like though that they not contacting them at all though. It's one thing he might be dating them or doing whatever he is with them, but they're like, well, they're not talking to us, and he's keeping them away from us.
Now the police have went by the Chicago resident because I think he got a residence where he keep a few of them. This story is crazy.
Yeah, like you got a Harlem or some shit.
In the Trump Towers. And the police go by there and they do a welfare check and they say the lady say, hey, they all right, they not in any harm. They, and I mean, like, what, man?
Like I say, they making it seem like the girls changed when they met him. First they were all contacting them, letting them know where they are and everything, making sure they know their well-being. And then once they get in contact with R, that they just
is this a form of, if you have money, because let's get it right, the man has power. I don't care what nobody say, he has power. You have fans that's out there saying, fuck y'all, they getting mad and they ready to fight and I'm not gonna post nothing. The man got power. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
So you gotta say Kels and Beyonce power amongst the industry is about the same. You get what I'm saying? You got a Kels following like that, man.
But you talking about, this instance is you got people following you, and if he say he's God, then yes, you're God. If you say, man, walking around naked,
sex God, that's basically what he claimed to be.
And, if they following that, I mean, what can you do?
What can you do, man? My thing is that let's talk open-mindedly about things. These young ladies nowadays, they coming much more well-built than these mature women of our age, and some of their brains are coming a little bit more advanced, so they can fool some men. I've had a buddy, not saying no name, girl,
no names,
because I looked at them different for a while, but after a while I was like, okay, I guess this is normal. But anyway, met a girl. Said she was 18. He was in his 20s. Come to find out she was 15. Don't get me wrong. Body was shaped nice. Grown woman body. Fool you any time of the day. Downtown area. Now, in the downtown area, you can find anything. And that's during that time, like the early part of the 2000s, that's where, that's where I kicked that in the downtown area, around Navy Pier and everything else. And, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, the damage had been done when you found out how she is. By that time, you then got emotionally attached. So it's like, how do you stop?
Damn.
How do you stop messing with her? We've been truthful. We've been open and honest with a real life discussion and a real life situation. How do you stop?
So you saying they had...
And they had a child.
This is even more interesting.
Yeah.
I knew a cat that.
See, we all know somebody, man.
Yeah, but you talk about one person.
But listen,
multiple young girls.
Listen. Throughout my time, I know a lot of people, and that's why I tell people every day, you got to watch what people say, and you can't trust everything people say, because what they are in front of you and what they are behind closed doors are two different things.
True indeed.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have known people throughout my life that have did some disgusting things that will fall in the category sort of what Kels is doing. You get what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Some people would call it a predator style. You get what I'm saying? So let's not get it twisted. It's out here. It's just that he's famous.
I mean, it's one thing, like you mentioned before.
Some of these girls can be very manipulative, though. No matter the age.
Like you said.
Remember, his mindset.
It's one thing that you got somebody who is looking for some young girls or something like that and don't give a damn. And then, like you say, it might be somebody who lied and looked like a grown woman And then when you find out it's too late because you didn't.
It's too late.
You know what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying?
But I don't condone, you stalking young girls or something like that, and you know what you're doing. And oh man, they got the best cat, man. It's so tight and everything like that, man. I mean, I've heard somebody tell me that. And I'm like,
I mean, a person talk around me like that, I might get disgusted and punch him in the mouth. I got a daughter. You know what I'm saying? So if we're gonna talk about grown women, that's a whole different story. Then we can talk amongst men because there's a different experience. You get what I'm saying? But if you saying, oh, I like them young girls because it's nice and tight and ain't nobody come on, dude. I'm gonna look at you side eye like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
There's sick motherfuckers out here though, really. And you just look at them and you like, man, I don't know how you got that mindset that you got, but fam, you kind of destroying her mind like that, or man, you destroying her. But they can care less because they're trying to fulfill their fantasy or whatever it is. But
what's your cutoff age limit for a woman?
Mine is 25 now.
Why you take 25?
Cause man, I can't deal with some of these mentalities these young girls have, and even if they look good, it just don't feel right to me. And they could be legally of age or something like that. Don't get me wrong. It's probably some girls who mature at 21 probably can have a decent conversation with me and everything like that. But I just felt like to be in touch with somebody mentally and then to the physical and everything, it's got to be 25. I hadn't had girls approach me when I was working down there at the station, like 19 years old. And like, you look good, but it just wouldn't work out.
Temptation is a motherfucker. Like seriously, you gotta have a lot of discipline, and that's what separates a man from a boy. You get what I'm saying? That's what separates experience from still learning. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they talk about shit that they still learning in a very good way. They articulate themselves well, but do you have an understanding of things? You get what I'm saying?
A lot of times they don't.
And I don't, with this whole R. Kelly thing, man, I'm hoping it's not true. Because me personally, of the music, I am a fan. And I done got busy a few times off that music because the girls, they love it. If you don't like R. Kelly, the bitches do. Ain't that how Cat Williams said? I got silk sheets. I don't like silk sheets, but the bitches do. You get what I'm saying? Just to crack a joke about the whole thing. But, throughout time, I became a fan of Kels, of the music.
Well, here's my thing, and you said this earlier. He's got power because, he knows that these females...
He has power, man.
So why would he need to do all this other shit where he's controlling females or something like that? He ain't got to say too much of anything.
I mean, if you want to go deep into it, history, it shows like a lot of kings and a lot of powerful black men, that ruled this earth and ruled this land and all that other stuff. So they had multiple women.
True.
Even biblical characters. I think, who was it?
Solomon had a lot of wives.
Yeah, Solomon had over hundreds, 300, right? He had like 300. And you had, just speaking in biblical terms, because that's what people can relate to right now. But even in other history, you still had the same thing, polygamy that was going on. You get what I'm saying? And maybe that's his spirit. But the way he goes about it is not acceptable to society, because society has set so many rules and laws and everything else to the point to where certain moral character can be judged by what you do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but they making it seem like, he holding them against their will, he brainwashing them, everything, and I'm telling you, he don't have to. Hey, I'm not saying it's not a possibility that he might not be. I mean, he might be doing this, but
they say he got a madam too that helps him out. She's 31 years old, and she trains them on how to sexually pleasure Mr. Kelly.
Well, if he's doing that, he's a smart man.
So there's a method to his madness that people like. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's a smart man. I mean,
Kels, man, dig, Joe. I hope it's not true, man. I'm a fan of your music, man, but of your lifestyle and the way it's put out there, you know. Hey, man, that's your business, man. I had the pleasure of actually, you know, going to the gym and everything else, you know. He actually got a big ass house. I was sitting out inside in the front. Hold on, before we go, let me tell you the story, right? So, me and my homie my homie Bird, he hoop. Real nice. Can hoop. Play for Robert Morris and everything else. So, you know, he connected in like the whole hooping industry and all that other stuff. But anyway, so the homie Boo was there. Remember Boo? Boo from Boo and Got It? Yeah, Boo was there. So it was me, Bird, Boo, Big Love, Sanders, and I think the homie C-Ray. I think he was with us too. But anyway, at the time I had a little lick going on where I was filling up cars and shit on the low. You get what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story right now. We on this, you know, got to keep multiple hustles. But anyway, you know, so at the time, my homie Bird, you know, we fill up. You know, I feel he had got a charger at the time, so I filled him up. He's like, Joe, you want to go hoop? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where we going to hoop? He's like, we're going out to Markham. You want to drive? I'm like, fuck it, I'll drive out there. He's like, all right, we're going to go out there and hoop with Kels. So I'm like, oh, for real? So, you know, the fan in me, you know, I kept it concealed like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm about 25, you know, about that time. So, okay, you know, okay, chill. You know, go hoop with Kels. Finally get to meet this dude. You know, I already knew that they knew him because, you know, through Boo and all the other shit. So, goddamn it, we go out there, crib out Olympia Fields. Big, nice ass crib. Man. I mean, this motherfucker nice. So now I'm mesmerized like, I want this shit. I deserve this. You know what I'm saying? That's how my mind flipped. I want this. I deserve this. You know, you show me something I like, I want it, I deserve it, I'm going to get that shit. So I'm on your heels, Kills. But anyway, so I'm looking at this house, I'm like, okay, so here's the killer part. This is what blew me about Kev. We sat outside his house for about 2 hours. Right? So,
typical superstar shit.
So, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We out there in Markham County, that's where we're going to hoop at. So, I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? He like, man, it's Kills, man. I just called Love say he ended up playing with his kids and shit. What the fuck?
So he was at the house already.
Now, moving past the story, finally this nigga, he's ready to leave. When he ready to leave, he pulls away in the tour bus. 2 excursions and another automobile that I can't remember the make and model of. Now, we get to the gym. Now, I'm expecting to see like damn near a team of basketball players step off the fucking tour bus. Never met R. Kelly a day in my life. Didn't know how tall he was. Don't know his whole physical stature and everything else. I see this little bitty short motherfucker get off the bus and nobody else. I said, what the fuck is this? Excursions pull up, get behind him. Those are people that's finna play with him. Now, move past the story because it's another small nugget in that story. I'm not gonna reveal on Blaq Hippie Radio Entertainment, but it's a good one. But anyway, moving past, we go to the gym. Now, my guys that I'm with, they hooping. But the guys with Kelly that's in the excursions and all that other shit, all they do is rebound and pass this dude the ball, and he shoot like half-court shots. Now his arm and the way he shoot is very fucked up because he got shot in his arm. So he like chicken wing throw the fucking ball. You get what I'm saying? And they rebound and kicked it back out to him, and that's what he do. That was my personal experience with R. Kelly, and that's why I say I'm just a fan of the music.
So I was gonna ask you, could he hoop? Because I heard stories about him always wanting to play.
No.
So he goes embarrass himself on the court.
No.
Against other hoopers.
No. He can't. But coming up next, man, we got some Jay-Z and R. Kelly. Get this money. right here on the Live and Direct show. Me and the homie Smokey D down here in the Playa Cave just chilling. Gonna come back and got a few more subjects for you. Be back in y'all here in a minute.
Yeah, Kelly, shoot.
Yeah. Damn, it's hot. Like a motherfucker. Yo, Jigga. What's up, my nigga? Pop that water. For shizzle.